Hey guys, it is Majin Slayer here, and today I got for you guys a Dueling Book high rated replay. It is going to be featuring Demire match with 1503 rating, going up against Dodger Wolf with 1419 rating. Remember to go ahead and check out the July underscore GCG Discord server. I'll leave a link to the server down below in the description. Really nice server to do some remote duels, casual duels, get feedback on deck lists, talk about master duels, or just even come and hang out. And also a little bit of some few announcements. The link book replays have been getting a little bit scarce, I'm not gonna lie, in regards to like being fan night focused. A lot of people are just kind of waiting for the ban list at this point to drop and like aren't really playing as much as before, getting a little bit bored of the format. Fan nights also aren't as popular as they were in the beginning of the format, as everybody was like getting used to like the scythe lock, learning the scythe lock, stuff like that. It's really fallen off due to like the prevalence of sword soul. So I won't be uploading as much as I was before in the first weeks of like the new year. Um, and also I won't be uploading Master Duel content until Master Duels gets updated with the current TCG ban list. I just feel like I don't really like the format itself. It's only best of one, and it uses OCG cards. Well, not really OCG cards, but like OCG format, I should say, rather. And to me, it's just kind of not realistic of how Yu-Gi-Oh is played in the TCG, or what I'm used to, and what I could do coverage on that's worth covering. But I'll definitely do some coverage, as you guys can probably tell by my channel already. I primarily like to cover like the online basis of Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's really good as like someone who primarily uses DB that's not really an official supported simulator. Now we got Master Duels coming up, and I'll definitely play some Master Duel tournaments once it gets updated with like everything that we have available to us right now in the TCG. So sorry for a little bit of announcement, but I feel like it was just important to go ahead and get it stated. So let's go ahead and get into the replay. So we're going to go ahead and see Dodger Wolf win the RPS right there. See 40 versus 42. Opening hands are going to be Barrel Canary, Sapphire Swallow, Bird Call, Imperm, and Bird Call. So opens up one going second card. Fortunate to see the double Bird Call, especially in 42 cards, which really shouldn't be that redundant. Then we have Dodger Wolf's hands going to be Tour Guide, Seer, Droll, Living Fossil, and Graph. Damn, opens up both BAs. God, I hate to see it. Um, so Dodger Wolf, you guys probably know him already. Really likes to play like a more pure version of Phantom Knights. Um, I used to play a similar version of this, like pure version. If you guys know me from previous deck lists, that I was more so like on a non-dragoon build at the time. But I just kind of feel with like the power creep and the prevalence of Sword Soul is one of the reasons why I personally stopped playing like this kind of build, like with Tour Guide. I still think the Isold stuff is pretty decent, like how it got top four and first place in the DCS tournament, which shows that it's still decently viable. It looks like you can go ahead and start off with Seer, Special Summoning itself, normal summon out the Graph, turn those into the Sharabini. And like a little bit of an awkward thing with Tour Guide too is that it does conflict with like your normal summons. As you can see, like he opened up a BA monster and then, just has Tour Guide in hand. And then sometimes Tour Guide can be conflicting as well if you open up like a Fan Knight monster plus the boots, for example, where you would much rather bring out the Fan Knight monsters than Tour Guide itself. She does raise the ceiling for the deck, but thing is though she's also very fragile at the same time. Kind of like a glass cannon, I would honestly say. But a little bit of a tangent on that, sorry. Go ahead and graph, bring out the Scarm and Cherubini, go ahead and dump the gloves. Doing that to play around Nibiru on the 5th summon of Rusty. Then Rusty effects. It's like they're thinking here. Yep, you're going to imperm the Rusty. Go ahead and regular gloves effect. Tag out for an Ancient Cloak. Ancient Cloak effect. Go ahead and add Silent Boots. Supposed to summon out Silent Boots. Then Living Fossil to bring out the Seer. He can do that because Living Fossil negates the effects of the monster brought out, so Seer won't blow itself up. Go ahead, turn those into the Leviair effect. Go ahead and bring out the Ryu Gloves. Go ahead, trigger Boots. Go ahead, add a Pog Blade. Go ahead, set Pog Blade. Go ahead, add Tour Guide. Do from the end phase effect of Scarm. Yeah, so I couldn't go for the Renaud there because I'm pretty sure the Living Fossil is his only equip that he runs. Um, in the first place, DCS I actually noticed that he played DDR as a secondary target for the Isold. So in case he ever hard drew the Living Fossil, he had another searchable target so he can link climb with the Isold. But looks like Dodge Wolf does not run a secondary target for the Isold. Go ahead and top deck into a Turquoise Warbler. Go ahead and activate Bird Call. Go ahead and search for the Cobalt Sparrow. Go ahead Turquoise Warbler. Okay, so he wants to make sure if he's summoning out just by Turquoise Warbler's own effect, or if he's special summoning out from the Bird Call. And with that, we're going to bring up Turquoise Warbler, bring out the Cobalt Sparrow, overlay those two into the Nightingale. Go ahead, poke. Poke and then pass. So decides not to go into a Downward Zeus here. Probably realizing that like maybe the Downward Zeus isn't really going to do much against them because of how like everything just kind of floats in the graveyard. So it's an interesting choice. And Dodger Wolves can go and top deck into a Nibiru. Then go ahead, main phase, go ahead and use Rusty effects. Go ahead, dump Torn Skills, set the Pog Blade, Levier effect, detaching the Seer for cost. Go ahead and bring out the Ancient Cloak. Then Seer effect to revive out the Shirabini. This is really strong because Shirabini is a link 2, which can make it easier to like link climb and OTK into something like Access Code Talker, and it's another dump from your deck for cost. You know, and activate the Nightingale effect, chain Pog Blade on that. So it must target something else. We cannot target it. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if anybody forces you to like, it's like, hey, it was activated. You have to target something else. That's not how it works, from what I've been told from people who actually play the game. In like remote duels or in real life, is that if somebody tries to like shark you, that like, oh, you still activated, so you have to target one of your own monsters instead. Like if you were to like compulse like a dragoon or something, you just set it back because it was an illegal activation, so it should not have happened at all in the first place. Um, People get this general misconception because online simulators like Edo Pro, YGO Pro kind of just force you to like pick your own monster at that point, but that's not how it works in real life. You know, you can just go ahead and get a judge if they try to like shark you on something like that. Ancient Cloak, go ahead boost the Rusty. Go ahead turn those into the Paloosa. Go ahead Ancient Cloak effect. Go ahead and search out the Silent Boots. Torn Scales effect to revive itself out. Torn Scales effect, discard Tour Guide, dump it Wings. Act as an extender in the graveyard. Overlay Torn and Boots into the Dante. Levier Dante, go into the F0, go into the Draco. Then Boots effect, go ahead and search out a Pog Blade. Go ahead set the Pog Blade and pass. Yep, so we can't really destroy this by battle or by card effects, so he decides just to leave it on field. Maybe it was worth using the F0 Utopic feature and like trying to like take control of it to leave him with nothing, but at the same time though you do play into a Gamma. They don't control any monsters once you try to trigger the F0. Such as they try to like dump with like a Fractal on the next turn. So yeah, I guess that plays around Gamma. Fair enough. Looks like he's gonna go and top deck into a DD Crow for turn. Go ahead, activate Bird Call. Go ahead, add the Cobalt Sparrow. Go ahead, Sapphire Swallow effect. Go ahead, Appaloosa Negate. Go ahead, Barrel Canary, Appaloosa Negate. Yep, they're just going to admit defeat right there. So moving on to the next match. Let's see. The bird player decides to go first. Opening hand is going to be Desires, Canary, Tenki, Sparrow, Desires. So opening up double again. Last game he opened up double Bird Call. Now it's double Desires. Quite unfortunate, honestly. Dodger Wolf is going to open up with Ancient Cloak, Droplets, Silent Boots, Kagamuchinai, and Skarm. So sees one going second card. So fairly decent. Didn't open up his two worst BA bricks in hand. Plus Skarm isn't that bad of a brick because it can be used better as discard fodder, like with Torn Scales and Droplet in this instance. Gonna start off with Pot of Desires. Go ahead and draw us into another Barrel Canary and a Harpy's Featherstorm. So Harpy's Featherstorm, you're gonna go in big here. Go ahead, normal summon out Cobalt Sparrow. Turn that into the Almirage. Barrel Canary effect, special summon itself from hand, as well as the Cobalt Sparrow. Cobalt, go ahead and add the Sapphire. Turn those into the Recital Starling. Go ahead, boost the Almirage attack points. Then go ahead, detach, search. Gonna go ahead and add the Wagtail. Then Sapphire Swallow effect. Go ahead, special summon itself out and the Wagtail as well. Then Wagtail effect, go ahead and add the Bird Call. Go ahead, turn those two into another Recital Starling. Boost the attack of Almirage again. Go ahead, detach. Gonna go ahead and add the Turquoise Warbler. Go ahead, turn those into the F-Zero. Then Bird Call, go ahead and add the Sapphire Swallow. Go ahead, special summon out the Turquoise Warbler with the effect of Bird Call. Go ahead and bring out the Sapphire Swallow from the graveyard. Overlay those two into the Ensemble Robin. Sorry, mispronounced that slightly. Go ahead, special summon out the Cobalt Sparrow. Wagtail, go ahead, special summon itself out. Well, not special summon itself out, but attach it as material, sorry. Go ahead, set the Featherstorm. Any card known in hand. I'm not quite sure. It wasn't following for you. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me check logs. Yeah, so with DB, it's better that like I know for you guys in real life, from what I've been told, that like you guys don't have to like tell each other what's known in hand, but it's always just nice to do so, just kind of as like common courtesy. But on DB, you should really just like tell what you have to your opponent in hand. In my personal opinion, just to make time go faster. Because like what's different than DB in real life is that you don't have logs like you do in DB, so it's just faster for you to just tell your opponent what's known in hand. Because that way you save time, so that way your opponent doesn't go ahead and check logs like Dodger Wolf just had to do. Just make things go by faster, in my personal opinion, if you want to play on DB. Okay, goes into main phase. Top decks into a Shade Breeding, by the way. Normal summon Cloak. Effect Kagamuchinai, special summon himself out. Special summon out the boots. Decides not to Ensemble Robin this. Probably just wants to hold on to the Harpy's Featherstorm. He's going to decide to Ensemble Robin effect. Let's bounce back the Shared Meaning. He's going to go and discard the Skarm and Shade Brigadier. So that's anything on Resolution. Shared Beanie effect, dump the graph cost. Go ahead, chain Harpy's Featherstorm to that. And yep, just going to go ahead and hit the V because it's just a VFD during his turn. We're going to go and see Dodger Wolf decide to go first for game 3. Opening hands is going to be Triple Tactics Talon, Cosmic Cyclone, Gamma, Fractal, Barrel Canary. So I've been seeing a lot more bird players get back on Triple Tactics Talon, especially after Raphael Nevin did well from the LCS. I think he got second at the 3v3. And I've been seeing just like all these topping bird lists, just main decking pretty much Triple Tactics Talents. This is something I'm also testing out in Fan Nights in the main deck for post grand creators because I think it's going to work out decent if depending on the popularity of decks that play the Brave token engine, as you can pretty much bait out like the Griffin negate and then go ahead and either get like a pot of greed or take control of like one of their monsters, kind of acting as like a board breaker card, pseudo I would say. It opens up pretty much 3 going second cards that are pretty effective against Phantom Knights. And then Dodger Wolf opens up with Fog Blade, Second Tracker, Torn Scales, Artifact Sanctum, Etelate. So Artifact Sanctum, this was something I was testing out more in a pure build earlier on in this format before I just kind of switched over to the Fusion Destiny build. It's okay, in my personal opinion. I just feel like, you know, hard drawing a Scythe is a lot more worse if you're playing a pure build because now you really have to rely on like your rusty effect going through, you setting up like a break sword pop, and then just like I don't know, the artifact sanctum just kind of felt weird to me because it was kind of dead if you just drew multiple of them, and it also kind of plays a little bit hard into red reboot, but you know, the whole deck just kind of does that. But we're gonna go and see normal summon down Torn Scales, discard Pogblade for cost. Maybe he's thinking if he wants to chain Gamma to that. Yep, so go ahead, Gamma's that right away. But he's gonna get punished with an Etelly. I feel like Etelly has a decent chance of like going to 3 for this upcoming ban list, which I think would really help the Phantom Knight deck because right now it a lot of your extenders kind of rely on your controlling level 3 monsters, primarily like the psychics, but being able to like special summon themselves for free at any point is really going to help the deck out. Go bring out the wielder, special out the tracker from hand. Go ahead, dump the graph effect, bring out the Scarm. Go ahead, turn those two into the Rusty Bardiche. Rusty effect, go ahead, dump Ancient Cloak, set the Pog Blade. Ancient Cloak effect, go ahead, have the Silent Boots. Go ahead and use Torn Scales effect to bring itself out, especially not the Silent Boots from hand. Overlay those two into the Levy or the Sea Dragon. Go ahead, effect, revive out Ancient Cloak to boost the Rusty Bardiche. Then Pog Blade, revive out the Boots. Turn those two into a Break Sword. Now overlaying both Levier and Break Sword into the F-Zero. Go ahead, Boots effect to search. Go ahead and add the Wing. Go ahead, set the Wing, set Sanctum, pass turn over to there. For passing turn, end phase Scarm effects. Search out Tour Guide. Pass turn, go ahead and top deck into the Apex Avian. Fractal effect. Go ahead and try to F-Zero that. No real reason to fear Gamma now, because everyone just really plays the one driver, so he's free to like go ahead and shotgun the F-Zero right there. Gonna Tactics Talent, gonna try to draw. Goes in and draws a Tenki and the Sapphire Swallow, so not bad. So we're gonna add Sapphire Swallow here. Oh yeah, that's actually an illegal summon right there. Good catch. Gonna turn the Sapphire Swallow into the Almirage, then Barrel Canary. Go ahead, special summon itself out from hand, special summon out the Sapphire Swallow. Then on Resolution, go ahead, use that on Rusty. Then Wing on to the Break Sword. Then Rusty effect. Go ahead, try to pop the Sapphire Swallow, chain Almirage to protect that. So it doesn't decide to go ahead and try to use Sanctum right away before they go ahead and commit to the recital Starline. Target? It's in the logs. Bro, why do you keep referring this man to the logs? Like, you just save time, make the match go faster if you just tell him. Of that chain Cosmic to the Pog Blade, targeting the recital Starline. And then the nigger's gonna go ahead and admit defeat right there. So it looks like Dodger Wolf is probably holding on to like the Artifact Sanctum, especially being outside until he committed to like another Recital Starling play to find out more about what's in hand in case we maybe had something else to like negate the Sanctum, like maybe was holding on to like a Droplet, Ash Blossom, whatever it may be. But we're gonna see Dodger Wolf win that 2-1. I really miss like playing like this style of more of a, like a pure deck. If Protoss gets hit, I feel like this like kind of strategy would be more viable just because like Tour Guide plays really hard into like a blackout Protoss called Dark. You pretty much would have to like side out the whole Tour Guide package to like be effective, but it's not really worth it when majority of decks you'd be facing like a high level competition would be Sword Soul anyway. But that is going to be it for the video. I'm going to go ahead and check out the July_TCG Discord server. If you went ahead and enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Peace.